Hello everyone, Pavlo with you, and today we'll be talking about interesting earphones. It's an F Audio RA05. It's a pretty affordable model, price is $40, and they are built with single dynamic driver 6mm, and they comes with built-in USB digital to analog converter and digital signal processor, which makes a lot of sense for the affordable earphones, and we seeing more and more of this solution nowadays because DSP allows to overcome limitations of cheap drivers without introducing expensive and complex systems. So what we are getting here and what these earphones can offer, let's have a closer look. Package is pretty stylish. It's actually even better than I expect for the affordable earphones. It's pretty modern with nice polygraphy, all features printed from on different sides, and you just hold it with these two flaps and pull apart. Really nice unboxing experience. And inside you're getting earphones and storage bag and 4 pair of tips, and also some kind of manual, but it's like just extra. No one reads manuals. So let's take earpieces out so we can have a closer look. And here they are. They have an unusual shape of the shells. You can see they are transparent. There are few versions available. And here is driver itself. You can see that it's pretty tiny and located near the spout, and actually spouts have pretty big diameter and some kind of acoustic filter inside. So it's like the most direct way to deliver the sound from the driver into your ear channel. And NF Audio spent time optimizing the design of the shells. Despite the small drivers, they made really interesting shell to provide a better fit. And for me, at least for my ears, they definitely succeed. It's one of the most comfortable earphones I've used. I can use them even with head lying flat on the pillow. So it's a good option for me when I want to listen to some music while I'm going to sleep. So the spout has lip for holding the tips and have protective grill and filter simultaneously, so everything looks pretty nice. Cable is not replaceable, but here is strain relief, pretty solid ear hooks without memory wire, and the cable itself has pretty thick insulation. So here it is. There is a 3-button remote control with microphone. It's average in terms of softness, not super soft, but at the same time pretty comfortable in everyday wearing with almost zero microphonic effect thanks to these ear hooks. Here is the splitter, and here is USB Type-C connector, and most likely all electronics also located here. So here everything in one piece. You can see it's pretty minimalistic, but also we can admit that makers did work to make them more comfortable and provide interesting wearing experience. As these earphones have USB Type-C connector, it's pretty easy to make a microphone test. So I put them in my ears, and microphone is just hanging on the cable freely. I won't apply here any gain correction or equalization, so this part will give you an idea of how their microphones sound. When it comes to the sound, these earphones deliver yet another surprise, because NF Audio made a pretty brave step, and they decided not to make yet another mass-market tuned earphones with typical fun V-shaped signature. And we have a lot of such earphones on the market, in the affordable segment especially, but they decided to create a model for the smaller audience that prefer more technical representation and more natural tuning. Of course, they're not like absolutely flat monitoring, and of course calling them audiophilic would be a big stretch, but still it's for that audience that want to experience more natural and technical sound signature with more focus on the micro contrast, but at the same time, thanks to using dynamic driver, they don't sound too analytical or too clinical. So bass goes to a good depth, and even deeper layers of bass are present and well controlled. But at the same time, typical accent on low frequencies here is less than in traditional V-shaped tuning. There is a slight accent, but really not too much, so it's not the model for those who need like really weighty, mighty bass. No, you're getting like bass neutral representation, but instead you're getting good resolution, you're getting nice texture rendering, and you're getting surprisingly decent amount of small nuances on the low frequencies. So basically what I'm trying to say here, it's not the model for the bass-heavy genres and styles of music. But when it comes to natural instruments, when it comes to small nuances and details, they deliver pretty surprising in terms of technicality, quality of low frequencies. And here is an example. It's Freedom from Django Unchained OST. And this track has nice bass line. I'm lacking a bit of quantity here, but it's instead I'm getting really good definition and really good contrast between the low frequencies and mids and treble. Of course, I could bring here something like Musica Nuda or Casey Abrams and say that acoustic bass, for example, or low notes on the fortepiano sounds incredibly good for this price range. Mids are detailed, not super focused on the micro contrast, but slightly bigger focused on micro contrast than usual. But because here used dynamic drivers, they still deliver nice amount of weight and pretty emotional representation. They have noticeable spike on the upper mids and lower treble to make everything sound with more clarity and more focus. Also, you're getting more spicy vocals, let's name it so. And also, they are pretty aggressive when it's necessary to deliver something like distorted guitars or something like that. If you don't like upper mids accent, probably you need to try them before buying. But in general, it's pretty satisfying representation if you like forwardness, if you like focus on details and nuances. Imaginary stage is noticeably above average in width and slightly above average in depth, so it's wider than deeper, but in general pretty spacious with a lot of air and good instrument separation. Despite the affordable price, it's the earphones where you can hear the difference between different mastering and stuff like that, so they require better tracks to show their full potential. With good tracks, instruments will sound natural as well as vocal. So let's see an example. It's Hey Jude by the Beatles, their signature track, very famous. And we have nice chorus key here, great instrumental part, charismatic vocals, and everything delivered pretty well by these tiny earphones. And treble actually another surprise here, because they are also really good for this price. Extension is not maximum but above average, and you're getting really good overtone saturation. It's not the earphone that tries to hide high frequencies to sound soft or polite, so you need to take this into the account. I won't call them super sharp, but at the same time they deliver treble really as is, without any attempts to hide something, to cut some edges, to soften anything. So in this aspect they are like maybe not unforgiving, but pretty strict. But with good high quality material, you actually getting nice amount of air, you getting really good attacks and decays, and even slight hints of basic treble layering, which is also pretty surprising for me. And an example, I've selected pretty complex track. It's Snarky Puppy, Beep Box, a lot of instruments that go to the treble area with overtones, and these earphones deliver them really well. When it comes to compressions, the only model probably I can name here is Mondrop Jude that I reviewed some time ago. Also dynamic drivers with USB Type-C connector, and they sound more V-shaped with more weight on the low frequencies, but slightly less focus on the micro contrast. So this model is for those who want detalization and more natural signature. To summarize, I can say that it's really good everyday carry earphones. They are pretty durable, reliable, with good microphone. They have really good sound isolation, surprisingly nice, and they are really comfortable, and also they don't require any dongle or something like that. So basically they pair great with your smartphone and deliver you nice sound quality and possibility to answer some quick calls. So I enjoyed listening them. Hope you enjoyed my review. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and have a great day.